Hi everyone, it's Matthew and I'm back with another video of Euro Truck Simulator 2. So today we're taking this load of lumber to Salzburg in Austria from Bregenz in Switzerland. And we're doing it in the Kenworth T800. I don't know if there's any more to one. Yeah, just the Kenworth T800 with the 16 speeds Spicer gearbox, I think it is. And I would prefer it if this truck had 18 speeds, because you do struggle to get up to a decent speed sometimes. If you wanted to go up to like 90 or whatever, you would need more than the amount of gears you have in this truck at the moment, which you know the trucks you do in the Kenworth W900A you have 18 speeds, but it's a very graphically demanding truck that is, so and as you can see, I've turned the FPS meter off as I just got a bit bored having it on, and have a pretty good indication of what FPS is what when things aren't running smoothly or whatever. I know that it's under a particular FPS, like under 20 or whatever, so. But anyway, I repainted this truck since I last drove it. I painted it in this nice green colour because I think it matches, and shame it doesn't look as good in the games as it did in the showroom, because in the paint shop it actually looks pretty stunning. I'm sure if you had it on sort of really high graphics, if you had the game on quite high graphics, it would probably look pretty nice. So yeah. So recording this video again. I'm recording this video again on Saturday morning. This Saturday morning, and probably the only one I get done. Still going to be, as I say, this one video per week thing until I can sort something better out. But at the moment, yeah, just one video a week. And you know, that's just how it's going to be at the moment. But anyway, this truck's the Kenworth T800, and this is the updated version, and I haven't got a skin on it, as I said. I like this truck because it's got the steering wheel of the bigger Kenworth W900. The long edition, I think is what it's called. Yeah, the Kenworth W900 long. It's got the steering wheel of that, and it's gear lever, so it looks quite nice, the interior, and you look around it and you think it does look quite good, you gotta admit. And hopefully the audio levels aren't too bad. I haven't really tweaked with them, but they could be a bit off. But see what happens, basically. So you got a ton of gauges. Obviously, you've got the speed of rev count in front, and got all these gauges on the side here, and you got a few gauges on the side here with the turbo. Oh, on the bottom I think is the turbo boost, and that's probably the oil pressure and fuel level and whatever, but don't fully know, because I can't see them, obviously. Can't really read them, but anyway, so today's got a clock. It has got a clock in the center bottom of the middle of the dashboard. Obviously, because it's not a real-time clock, it does seem to go quite fast, but that's where I made a mistake before. I almost went left with that. I'm actually staying 11. I'm going to 12. There we go. Yeah, this truck is up to 600 horsepower, and I'm using, I think it's 550 at the moment, and it pulls pretty well. I was pulling a very heavy load with it the other day, and it was doing its job well. There's a 56-ton load, and it was pulling it like a 30-ton load, I suppose. So. And I will say that the AI in the game at the moment is not broken, but it's not as good as it was, because it's got these problems with
Rape is actually, yeah, I can see his reason. Yeah, you may be punished and killed if you don't submit.
No, it's got these problems with how it's been tweaked, not necessarily tweaked with how, you know, the game code has to change over time, and it's obviously working still to the old code, and that's not fully compatible as far as I know with the new code, so it's a bit broken at the moment. It's not really as good as it used to be. I mean, it's not perfect. I mean, it's not terrible. It's not perfect, so you gotta handle it at the end of the day. So, I mean, they're often the cause of your trailer damage if you drive well, or could just be not a very good driver and not getting on with them, and end up, you know, blaming them for your problems, which I suppose you could do, but at the end of the day, it's you who's driving, it's your responsibilities, so as you can see, it's only got 16 years, and I'm running out of momentum at about 60 miles an hour. Because as you can see, the truck speed limit is only 50, and the car speed limit is probably at 75, because I checked yesterday night and put on car limit, and it looked like it was 75 miles an hour or something like that. Seriously, I barely even hit that. But yeah, this heavy Alex map is definitely interesting, but you gotta be careful you don't try and make you up any other major map mods. You always gotta read the briefing file and be careful with all mods generally, because if you don't use them correctly, or they conflict with whoever, they could potentially damage your game. So oh, 175 miles to go. Going through probably some of the Alps, I'd imagine. Going for a very long time. I do wish that actually want to talk about the T7 a little bit today, and my problem with it is that pedals, they're okay. You can get mods for them to make them more realistic. and you know, the wheel is very good for its price. But the gearbox it comes with is not what you'd call full-on quality. It's very much like well, I don't know, it's for the price you pay for the G27 you can expect something a bit better, I think, because you know, it's the length, it's got 6 gears plus reverse, but to get reverse you have to push it down to get into reverse. You have to push the stick down and O down and then into the 6th position, and you'll get into reverse. No, you can. Of course, if you're driving a car which only has 5 speeds in the game, you could just do 5 and then where 6 gear is put that as reverse. But you know, I'd still rather have, you know, reverse. I'd still rather have an actual reverse gear that can go into rather than to go into the same. Oh god, going into the same gear as 6th. You know, and it's not that heavy, and it's quite. God's sake! How am I hitting it so much? Oops. God's sake! Get back to that. There you go. Yeah, the plastic of it is not too bad, but yeah, it's just really quite cheap for what you expect, and you got a decent amount of buttons on it, but you know, you don't really have a normal gearbox. You know, what I would say is that I used to have a for God's sake, AI. I get paid, charged €1,250 for that. And it damages my trailer because it won't let me out. And you made me forget what I was saying. So thanks for that, AI. But I'll tell you something, that I'm having to again clip the microphone to my head earphone wise, because and the reason why is because the stand that had this mic clipped to some reason the bottom bit, because it's not a very good design, just snapped, because it's not a very good design. It's a very cheap one, and if you get a more expensive one, I'd imagine it wouldn't snap, but yeah, because the bottom bit had all the weight on it, it just basically snapped under its own weight. So it was a very low end one, so it didn't. It wasn't a massive deal, but you know, at the end of the day, stupid AI. At the end of the day, you know, it is a bit annoying, because it was quite useful actually.
The Chattanooga Times Free Press reported 6 employees were laid off Tuesday. The police department is closed. The volunteer fire department is shut down, and the library and the parks. It says back in April, the city of Addon had briefly shut down the city services.
No, if I could do, I would.
The city's liability insurance right now, TML had temporarily extended their insurance at that
when I get that, I'm gonna repair. But you know, I keep losing what I'm talking about because of the AI. But yeah, you compare it to one of the higher end gearboxes like the Frostmaster one, the TH8 RS, or the new TH8 or whatever it's called, and they're in a different league. They're a lot better, a lot more quality, and a lot more realistic, and I prefer them. I used to have one of them and then sold it, and you know, this one you know, it's okay, but you know, it doesn't feel as realistic when you're changing gear and whatever. So.
People were asking for more information about these insurance companies. And what I want to do is go online and let's say you're in Arizona.
96 miles to go.
I've mentioned this before on the show. Where you want to start is with let's say, you're in Phoenix, like I am. You want to start with Maricopa County Risk Management. And it's going to be, they should be able to get you the information from the insurance company. Should be able to get some information regarding who they have the insurance with. I have a number of
I really do like this Kenworth. It's the best of both worlds in quality, and it's not terribly frame intensive. I mean, if the other Kenworth, the W900A, wasn't terribly frame intensive, I would love that as well, and I do like that truck, but it's just extremely frame intensive. Yes, if they feel like they have the room, they'll go, and then if they don't think they have the room, which can happen sometimes, they let you go. So, I mean, I'd say their distancing is a lot better than it was, but just their general behaviour is quite screwed up at the moment. So, hopefully, it will get fixed at some point, because at the moment it is very screwed up. Oh, 13 gear. It's the maximum being 8. Yeah. 14 or 15, yeah. There you go. That's the gear I want.
I'm not getting upset. I'm just pointing out. I'm not upset.
Going around on these roads, it's some pretty nice scenery going through the mountains, definitely. Yeah, an update on the second display. Ordered a cable to link an E, which is a HDMI to DVI cable, to get the second monitor to the graphics card, and then hopefully when that arrives at some point next week, we can get these two displays to work together and have the game on one display, and then when I'm recording, have OBS on the other, so I can see how long I've been recording for and all them other things, because it'd make it a lot easier. So
this 19-year-old girl who can't prove citizenship. Nobody can.
That was his fault. I shouldn't have got charged for that. I would say, like a lot of things, my luck on this journey has run out pretty much. And some journeys they have decent luck, and others they just don't have luck at all. I'll tell you what keeps happening, because I have this microphone now plugged on to the headphone wires that keep slowly pulling out of my ears, because it's somehow a massive weight when it's not even heavy at all. Yeah.
Wait a minute. The problem really is the people that are forcing us to comply with it. The people that are forcing us to believe it.
Yeah, this is some beautiful roads, definitely.
How dare you destroy this woman's life? She doesn't have a chance. She can't go to a government-sanctioned school. Nobody will recognize her. They don't recognize her because there are psychopaths in Phoenix, Washington, D.C., Sacramento, that are forcing 319 million people to comply with certain things. So instead of directing their attention and anger, if you have to be angry, at the real source, they're directing it at her. The problem is that without the right paperwork, with that particular myth on it,
If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm just quickly bringing down this microphone to a more solid position, hopefully a position where it doesn't try and pull down on the what do you call it? The headphone wires. But yeah, I wouldn't have the headphone wires problem if I still had that stand, which I don't. So at some point I'll hopefully, with all other things that I want to get eventually, get a new one. Unken. This Unken is not the destination, but certainly close apparently, so apparently we have to go through it on the way to where we're going.
Welcome back to the No State Project. We got at least one of the tech issues fixed here. Can't give out the caller line just yet, but it is 218-632-9399. Hopefully the issue with my connection will be resolved. But you can reach me on Skype. It's 503. You can also email me at Well, we did connect with Trevor. So Trevor, where are you calling from? I'm calling from Portland. To the show. What's going on?
Okay, so unfortunately, it was really where we're at in this state. The state of Oregon is successfully garnishing the wages. This is due to
Yeah, my volume is mostly turned down quite big because this truck, or any American truck it seems, or truck I have a sound mod with, is really quite loud at standard volume terms, to the point where you can't really hear the person who's playing. But whatever. Well, let's try and get back in my lane. Oh, and here we are. Practically at the destination just outside Salzburg, I think.
Oh, it's coming.
Yeah, Salzburg.
Is there any what opportunities did you have to challenge it administratively?
back to a while ago where notices I didn't respond because I was traveling. I did manage to get a administrative hearing, telephone hearing.
Yeah, he's letting me go.
the first court to look at the disposition of the findings. That make sense?
Yeah. So were you actually in court, or was this just an administrative?
But anyway, I'm gonna end the video here. So I hope you enjoyed it. Do make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. It does all help. But for now, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.